Alright guys, welcome back to another Warframe video. So in the last video, we pulled old Sevagoth here out for my first take on him. Yeah, I guess technically I kind of sort of used him in the, storyline Call of the Tempestari. But, actually being able to see what all of his stuff does is quite a bit different. So my first impression was I liked him. And we're going to test him out in Steel Path. I have my doubts as to how well I think he feels in terms of a playable character in there. We'll figure it out. But before I do that, I think because I'm kind of on the fence, I have a suspicion I'm going to be like, oh, no, not yet. He seems like one I'm going to have to invest in heavily. What I'm going to do to start is we're going to head to the Simulacrum. So I'm going to head over to the, I'm on solo, Larunda Relay. And we're just going to do a little bit of damage testing to just see where the baseline is in and out of shadow form. All right, so let's get this loaded up first. Do I even have any enemies pre-spawned in here from last time I was in? No, I do not. Steel Path, 4 bombards, 8 butchers, 2 gunners, 6 lancers. I guess that's fine. Let's just simulate it. I'm not being that picky. Alright, so first thing I want to do is a baseline reap. So. Oh, no. I need to... will it let me do here? Can I take my companion off while I'm in here? Yes. None. Did it get rid of him? Hopefully he didn't do too much damage. Okay. So let's do reap. So. Honestly, that hit pretty decent. Shockingly so. So these guys are still hit with reap, I presume? Well, they were. So what does this do on its own? Not much. Then we cast so. That does do a big burst if you're right up on top of them. But if it is contingent on the shadow flying around, then it's not as great. So if you're in proximity, the burst, whoops, yeah, lovely. The burst is great. That works wonderfully. Can't complain there. So, gloom, does that add any additional? Obviously, it slows them down. We get a little lifesteal, but they're not damaging me. So, let's just test so by itself. Not much. Let's test reap and then so. Yeah, that's where the real damage in his kit comes from. Reap followed by so. And that's not bad. Granted, these are not Eximus units, but that's actually pretty decent. Pretty decent damage overall. I'm not mad about it. So I want to let him fly around over there by himself. Now what I want to do is pop into shadow form. And we've got Consume, Death's Harvest, and Embrace. Embrace, I know, is going to cluster them, so let's just do that first. They're now clustered. Now, oh, that'll take me out of the map, won't it? It will. It says Death's Harvest is not an available option. Need more energy. You know what? Let's even go for Eximus units. Let's make it 20 corrupted heavy gunner Eximus units. Because we know we're going to be fighting some Eximus units in Steel Path. So let's get into here. We can cluster them. That doesn't do much. Looks like clustering them eats up. Maybe it's a gigantic amount of energy based on the number of enemies you select. and I can't quite jump up there. Yeah, I can. All right, we're filled again. Oh, Sevagoth. Forget clustering. Let's just check out, what's the name of it? Death's Harvest. Okay, that's not doing a ton. Consume will make me skirt through them. Embrace, I know what that will do. Gosh, I hesitate to even do this. But let's just try it. Yeah, so I knew he was going to fly off the map there. So this on its own, not a ton. If I get in and just start meleeing, it's not horrible damage. But it sure does take a while on them. Obviously, they're very slow, which is rather cool. Yeah, that doesn't really do much more else there either. So if they're affected by Reap, then I can just keep casting very quickly, so is what it seems like. So let's try it that way. That actually is kind of nutty. That actually is kind of nutty. That's super fast. So it looks like it's a bit stronger than it looked like to me on the surface level glance. So I guess that'll be my game plan. I'll see how that actually works in real life testing. I'm just going to leave here. So we'll try to get up on them, and we'll just get them procced with Reap, and then we'll so until the group drops. So I don't know how well this is going to go, guys, and I feel like this ought to get obviously better as I get, say, archon shards in there, get some of these abilities ranked up, swap around a few other things. I'm not saying that I dislike his shadow form. It's just from what I can see, his non-shadow form functions much better. Other than his 3 in shadow form, which does a good bit of radiation, right? Death's Harvest. Nope, it's Consume. But in Simulacrum, that's not viable because you just fly off the edge. So that's where we are. Nonetheless, guys, I don't know what I'm going to be jumping into here, but I guess I will hop in and I will see how it goes. So, you know, wish me luck here. Survival. Yeah, survival, maybe. Another sabotage. Mobile defense, no. I guess I will go for survival against infested. That's what we're going to try. I do find it mildly irritating how you have all this energy in your pool, yet you get next to nothing to start. And I realize that there are shards that can let you start with X amount at the start of the match. But that just wastes Archon shard slots for other possible shards that can make you stronger. It feels like a waste to put it on having part of your energy refilled. Is that a little? There we go. That was a little. I think I have him up to 470 or 477 or something like that.
A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the area. Hold on. Emergency life support is inbound.
Well, that is rather effective. Yeah, that's actually extremely effective. Okay. Granted, yeah, I get it. It's just infested. Status priming absolutely makes a ton of sense. And frankly, they're dropping enough energy. This
Life
is not
support
really
incoming.
problematic. Yeah, I'm basically still at full energy. Yeah, read, sow, and bam, there it
I
is.
a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Yeah, I mean, that's really solid there. So if you've got the energy to start, and then you just forget about Torrid, status prime, and then blast, that seems to be the trick. Now let's slow him down while we're at it.
Life support on the way.
Yeah, now the energy is getting a little low.
Additional life support has arrived.
But then it just randomly pops back. So, a little bit of luck to draw. I guess, yeah, I've got, let's turn off gloom for a minute so it doesn't just burn through energy while we're not in a big cluster. That's a proper wombo combo. I mean, it's functioning beautifully. Now, if I status prime on top of, what will that do to somebody that's been status prime? Then I can just aim him at him. Yeah, I mean, that works okay. Reap definitely is what sets it in motion after the status prime, no question. And then the sow just kind of flows all over the place. Up.
Operative is making progress. This will help our cause.
Yeah, okay, so that worked just fine.
Extraction is ready.
I was able to get him out of his tombstone. Whoops, not at all what I was trying to do. I really need to move that because I do that all the time. Just trying to get that. That's it. What we learned is status prime with epitaph, then reap, then sow. All you got to do is make sure you got a good bit of energy to be able to sow a few times in the beginning. Then some energy orbs are going to be naturally dropping. And then he feels awesome to use from there, frankly. So order of operations and setup seems quite important. But I suspect we can go back and try another mission or a different mission, say with Grenier or Corpus, and test that same theory and just see how it functions. And I imagine is, say I get a Outforged Crimson Shard in there, or pick one, XYZ, to keep increasing his strength is just going to make him hit even harder, which is going to make his kind of energy economy less and less of a thing. Less and less important of a thing, I guess, is how I should frame it. So, Adrastea, that's sabotage. Amathea, that's spy. Carme is mobile defense. What did I just do? Cameria? That was the last one on that loop, so I'll just have to pick one. I don't know how well I think he is or isn't going to work on this, but we're going to find out, guys. We're going to find out. We're going to put into practice what we just tested.
Your weapons make music, and the enemy calls for a song.
So I'm not even going to worry about the Torrid. Torrid is not even coming into consideration right now. I have it when and if I need it. I also wonder how the Glaive Prime would fare on top of a good status primer procking. We'll find out. Just another minute, then we'll head down. All right, Hound.
Come on.
Well, I already went down. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like his damage is pretty solid. However, he also feels rather squishy. So, let's see if we can get a few more here. Is there anybody else around here that I can take out real quick? Nope. No chance.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
And when that happens at this level of difficulty, you are properly back at square one.
You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
Maybe there's a possibility of an energy orb down there. Looks like not. I don't think that ceiling shock trap was doing me any favors, if I'm honest. So let's just take the elevator up. Yeah, just one shot and it's like game over. Not enough shield, not enough armor. Oh, good.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend.
So I'm definitely not going to have enough to do this. Oh, here comes another death. Oh, Sevagoth. You're fun. There's no denying he's fun. Hound just blast him. It's like one shot, his shield is just disintegrated, and his health isn't that high either. That's really the problem that I'm seeing with Sevagoth. I feel like his damage output is pretty strong. It's just he is not the most resilient frame in the lineup. One more energy cast and I'm just going to go for it. Wait, did I drop the thing again? No, it's in my hands.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Oh my gosh. He is so squishy. This right here is a perfect example of why I like the tankier frames. The squishy ones are just impossible to get anything going. And nobody dropped an energy orb, so I'm completely out. So yeah, I am not going to pass this either.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
I'm just gazing into my crystal ball. And it's telling me no chance.
Stay focused.
Yep,
There's
no
a heavy
chance.
unit approaching.
So far I can get past Steel Path Infested. That's it, and of course they destroyed the objective. So since Sabotage, or Mobile Defense rather, is a defend the point, he doesn't really feel like a defense option to me. Just because of his squish. He can't get over guard, blah, blah, blah. So that was probably a poor decision, but hey, we tried it. So Spy, I'm sure that I could force my way through a Spy. I'm going to try Adrastea. And if we get through it, great. And if we don't, then we're
Each enemy is
just going to chalk it up to we need to put in more work and get more upgrades on him. Which, either way, I'm not mad about it. I don't know unless I try.
Start by removing the
I
coolant cells.
had a sense of how this was
My
going to
intel
go.
suggests
I had
there
my
are rich enemy
suspicions.
supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location.
But
Search
no
them
way
out
to
if you are
tell
willing to shoulder
definitively
the added risk.
unless you try it. Good job there, Hound. Hoping maybe there would be some energy in there. No such luck. That'll be my final cast, then we're going to go for it. Get the caches. Get onto the glaive. For some reason that felt like So was on a cooldown. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. Oh, would you get out of here? Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's what I was hoping would happen. Man, I love it. I love it. Gotta be kidding me. Of course, none of them dropped an energy orb. Nah, why would they? That wouldn't make sense. Like, oh, hey, you know that one thing that you need to drop more than anything else? Nah, none for you.
Most wise founder, protect your avaricious servant.
The reactor is going into stasis. Now is your chance to complete this sabotage. Use whatever you can to make sure it never works again. A coolant cell.
God, it is just instantaneous death. He can't survive. Like any shots at Steel Path difficulty level, and in this form, I know he can't take out an Eximus unit, which means he's just going to drop again. I'm dead. Yep. Oh good, now there's an Acolyte. Wonderful.
We are unstoppable. We are Corpus. Farewell, thief.
Fuel cell reinserted. When the reactor is restarted, this will trigger a meltdown.
Nope, because that's an Eximus. So we're not going to get through that either. Oh my lord.
Destroy the fuel injectors. The reactor has gone critical. Get to extraction immediately. Beware, Tenno. This ship
I mean,
is
there's all
experiencing
but a
reduced
0% chance I
magnetic
get
anomalies.
I get through here. Because if any of these group like pop shot me in the back, he's basically done for. He has no shield. His health is super low. I'm in the middle of a gravity anomaly. So control is horrible. Oh, you don't deserve it, Sevagoth. Alright guys, I sloppily forced my way through there. I really ham-fisted it, and it was ugly. Very, very ugly. So, I think I'm going to have to strongly entertain boosting armor or shield or both and dropping something else. I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe as I get some archon shards and get them invested, get some formas in and get some things maxed out on him, it'll make him hit a little harder to maybe offset that. I have no idea. Let's see. Defense, no chance am I doing defense with Sevagoth. He's not ready for it. Maybe he could do it, he's not ready for it. So I think for my purposes, guys, oh wow, the Kufa Fortress is actually open. Not that I want to jump there yet, but we're going to make this less super long test video of Sevagoth. So I can ham-fist my way, sloppily mind you, through some stuff. But he is not yet ready. He is too squishy for how incredibly hard these Steel Path enemies hit when they do hit you. He does not have the health or shield or armor to sustain it. And yes, he does have some abilities that will do a little lifesteal. But it's not massive, guys. It's not massive. Of course, if I went into shadow form, it is a little bit better there. Yep, is 2. Consume. However, in there he feels less useful because his claws don't really do that much damage. Maybe I should just set these up a different way, but they're not pumping out enough damage to make that super viable, in my opinion, on Steel Path. So it's either a setup thing, a lack of shards thing, or just something that I'm not yet understanding, or I need to get in here and, you know, just finish committing to the cost it's going to take to make him properly good. Because I've seen some people absolutely dominate and slay entire rooms with Sevagoth. I have. But I don't feel like my setup is there yet. And I could be setting this up completely wrong. I just feel like strength is going to be the one. So we're not going to delay the inevitable. I need to put in some more time with Sevagoth. I need to get more comfortable with him. I really need to get more comfortable when he does go down. But clearly, it's going to take a greater investment than the little bit that I've thrown in it already on the front side. And that's okay. I didn't know without testing. I'm kind of surprised I got through any. I got through 2. The Infested, I feel like, yeah, fair play. I got through it. I feel like I earned it there. Granted, they're way weaker enemies. That last one, Sevagoth did not deserve that. Not in my hands, not with my build, but we did manage to get through it nonetheless. So we're not going to delay the inevitable, guys. I don't need to keep trying to find a different mission node to try to grind for Steel Path. I'm not ready for it yet. The writing's on the wall. So I'm going to take the time in the background to invest in getting the maxed mods that I think make the most sense. And we'll get some Archon shards in there as well. Obviously, I have a bunch of frames like this I'm working on in the background, and there's only so many shards you can get at a time. So it is going to be baby steps, guys, baby steps. So bits and pieces at a time. But any way you slice it, I do still think that his kit is very, very fun. I do think it's a very, very fun kit. And in particular, I like how quickly So comes out. So is a very, very fast cast ability. And Gloom, is that the name of his slow lifesteal ability in his standard form? That's a good ability. That's a rather nice ability. Slowing enemies down is a huge boon in preventing them from doing any more damage to you than they can. But anyway, that's my 2 cents, guys. I tested it. I got through a couple. I am committed to putting in the investment to make Sevagoth workable. As always, certainly, guys, if you have some suggestions for me, maybe directions I should be considering as I'm working him up, let me know. As you know, I do take all of your comments and suggestions to heart. And I have an idea with Sevagoth, but, you know, this is the first time I've used him. So there's always a learning curve on a new frame. Regardless, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. As always, I do sincerely appreciate you checking in, and we will catch you on the next one.